Hi, I'm Katie. Welcome to Agile in 7, where we talk about concepts of agile ways of working in 7 minutes or less. Today we're going to be talking about stand-ups, and while we're not going to be going too much into detail on what a stand-up is, because you can Google that, we're going to be talking a little bit more about some of these cases that we see day to day in stand-ups. These could be anti-patterns, these could be fun experiments that people have done. We're also going to talk about our own experiences with some bad stand-ups and some good ones. Wait for it to stop shaking. And when I say we, it's not just me here today. We've also got Coach Rupert, also known as the Banana Man.
Kia ora.
So one of the things we see quite frequently is somebody or somebodies constantly coming late to stand up. You might have a different approach to me. I can be a little bit brazen, but my method might be calling them out on it. And you could call them out in different ways depending on your personality and style, but sometimes you could just say, "Hey, Jonathan, how come you're late today? Hey, Sarah, as a team, we all agreed that stand-up would happen at 9:40. Do we need to revisit this time?" Sometimes I just ignore them. The thing is like the team are there on time, we started the stand-up, we might even be close to finishing the stand-up. We shouldn't be, congratulating in a way, somebody who's constantly late and holding up the team. It needs to be a team effort, it's teamwork. Why should the rest of the team who are punctual, who believe in stand-ups, and who do it without prompting, always be adhering to this person who's constantly late? So it might be a discussion that needs to happen as the team. Maybe 9:40 just actually isn't working for Sarah. Maybe she's got school drop off and she just hasn't felt that she could bring it up. So maybe it is something as a team we revisit and find a new suitable time for everybody.
So Katie's been asking the question, what do I do if someone turns up late to the team stand-up? One thing you can do here is check, is it really a problem for the team? You're there as a facilitator potentially. You can ask yourself, is it affecting anyone badly? If it is, it might be time to hold up the mirror. You could reflect to that person or to the team what effect that you think it's having. Check if they feel the same way or the team feels the same way. And then you can do something about it, either with that person or with the whole team there. And you might ask the team, if there's lots of people coming late, not really seeming that invested, do we want to do this in the first place? Because it's not necessarily your job to force everybody to be there. All you can do is hold up the mirror and say to the team, hey, I'm noticing that people don't seem that invested, so maybe we could try something else instead of stand up, and I could help you with that. Some other way that we could meet the same outcomes that makes you feel a bit more energized in the morning.
So both Rupert and I have vastly different approaches to this. I can be a little bit more harsh, and Rupert is really great at facilitating that softness and bringing that out in people. You got to do what works for you and your style and your personality without making enemies from it. And there's definitely some lessons that we learn over time as a coach and as a facilitator, what approach works best for certain people. It's a honed-in skill, it's a skill that I'm still working on, and I'm sure even Rupert is working on too.
So another question that we get about stand-ups is, should my manager come? And I don't think we need to say that stand-ups are off limits to anybody. It's a great transparency tool to hear what everybody's up to. But there's one thing that I'd be mindful of, and that's, what is that person's influence? Is them being there, are they in such a position of power that it's going to make people not want to speak honestly about them having a bad day or not getting something done? Maybe something went wrong and we don't want to talk about it because somebody's there and we feel like we're going to get punished. But hopefully we've got a great trusting culture, both within the team and within the leaders, and so it will mean that anybody can come.
So while anyone can come to stand-up, that doesn't just mean managers. It could be a stakeholder, it could be another team. Maybe you've got some dependency work together, or maybe you're just interested in what your other teammates and your organisation are doing. The general rule for stand-up is that it is for the team, and nobody but the team members should talk to it. After all, it is a check-in with each other to see where they can help get the work across the line together. So if somebody is coming from outside that team and starts interrupting or bringing stuff up that might throw the team off course for the day, or throw people into a panic. I've definitely seen that happen. And that should be going through the product owner. So people shouldn't be coming just to throw a spanner in the works. So if you notice that somebody has come to the stand-up and is talking, politely ask them to take it offline and talk to that person afterwards. Perhaps it is important that they're there as a general status update, and sometimes that can be acceptable. For example, if it's coming up to a big end of year release and we're having a code freeze change, maybe somebody's making the rounds at stand-ups, just say, hey, this is a reminder that we've got code freeze today. The end. So it's an announcement for the whole team, and that's okay. But as soon as you have someone coming in and more having that one-on-one conversation and putting pressure on the team, that's when you need to nip it in the bud and say, you're welcome to come to stand-up, but please take these kind of conversations offline. Generally they happen any time between 8:30 and 10. The later in the day they go, depending on when the team starts work for the day, the less of a point it becomes. You see, stand-up is for teammates to say to each other, I did this yesterday, I'm doing this today, and I'm blocked on this. It gives the opportunity for teammates to collaborate with each other. Perhaps there's a new person to the team and they're not too sure what they're doing that day. So they're going to pair up with somebody else. If you're not having your stand-up till 1 p.m, what has that person done for the day? So having it later in the day, it just doesn't make much sense, because you want to start off the day with what you're doing and what you know you're doing, what your teammates are doing, where you can help each other out. So from Rupert and myself and the rest of the Agile and 7 crew, thanks for watching our video on stand-up. Please like, subscribe, and give us some feedback so we can improve our videos. And if you've got any cool things that you want to hear about, also let us know in the comments. See ya!